I do tend to make a lot of glass animals, but I don't consider myself a wildlife artist. I use animals to express human condition. They're personal narratives, they're diary entries, they're things that I come across and engage in my personal life. I just choose to express them through using animals.
While the public may come in and see Marc, who is making a fish or a bird or a deer, they may think that's the final outcome. There's always a deeper meaning to his work behind all of it.
So I may represent myself as a fish and external forces, the environment, its impact on myself. Or I've done a lot with birds. The thing that I'm most attracted to with birds is I could have one male and one female and you're talking about relationships. You remove the female or the male and you're talking about loneliness. You add 2 or 3 more and you're talking about competition, dating. Add a nest, you can talk about nurturing and home. You add eggs, you're talking about, child rearing and being a parent. So just by adding a few different elements, I'm engaging in all these human conditions that we all experience, but I'm able to do that through the viewpoint of a bird.
Part of the program and having Marc here, where he's willing to experiment and show the public these steps that they don't ever see. All the time it takes to learn a new process. The deer was a new piece for him, and so, working on it for over 3 hours to get those details right, and it's still not ready for his final piece. I think that's really valuable for our guests to see how much effort, how many countless hours go into the making of a final piece.
I'm often disappointed when I take things out of the kiln just because I have really high standards and really high expectations. And I know how much work went into things and I want to be able to, I just want to, you want to hear the cherubs sing and you want the light to glow from the annealer and radiant beams to come shooting out. I don't know if life works that way, I think it's about doing the absolute best you can, I've learned over the years to try not to be a perfectionist and to strive more to be an excellentist. Try to make it the best I can.
Any successful artist, or any successful person for that matter, is always going to be striving for perfection and always pushing themselves to be better at what they do.
The hardest critic is yourself, You're always the one that's judging you for where you compromised along the way. Making arts, for me, as a living, as a vocation, is, there's a meter, you're always striving for 100% art. But there's almost always a compromise, I don't have $1 million to put into every piece, or 3 years to put into every piece. I only have so much strength in me, so my scale is limited, my team is limited. All of these things are compromises. And I shoot for 100% art, 100% integrity, and you just, you push that level as high as you possibly can each time.